Okay, let's get this party started. Hi, Dee Dee. You're early. I guess we offset each other, so no raise again today. Hi, Don. We'll give it a few minutes for peeps to come in. And these are the new paints, Dee Dee. And I bought them kind of on a whim, and I am so not unhappy. Hi, Sharon. And I've got a bunch of postcards to show today. We've got some really good ones. Hi, Barbara. Barbara, you really need to get on IG and go see that woman that Dee Dee's talking about. I'm sure that's you in real life. I'm sure of it. For real. So, yeah. And I did not adult. I have played with these already. Hi, Terry. Terry, your lobster this morning was so good. I think it might be, Dee Dee. Hi, Regina. Regina, I got your cards. I'm going to show them. Hi, Bitty Penny. Your papers that Dee Dee showed were awesome. If you didn't watch Dee Dee's stream this morning, I'm sure all of you did. But if you didn't, go see what Dee Dee got for tons of stuff she showed. You have them, Bitty Penny. They're awesome, right? I don't know. And I watched a bunch of videos on them after I had just ordered them spontaneously. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tim. Hi, Joan. Anybody I might have missed? But yeah, they're magic. They're magical. That's all I can say. They should have put it on the packaging. Magical granulating colors. I need to redesign their packaging. Hey, Dorothy. So yeah, but I do have a bunch of really good postcards to show. So we'll just give it a minute or two for people to come in. And I'm not going to show you the experiments with these paints, but I will show you, because these are just your everyday paints. But I ordered these together. The 48 set of the Gansey Tambi. I don't even know how to pronounce it, so you can make fun of me all you want. Hi, Vaughn. There you go, Biddy. But I did get the 48, and I haven't played much with these. All I've really done with these is swatch them on this very cool swatch thing. The thing about these is they have the nicest sheen to them. I don't know if I can, yeah, can you see that on the camera? They have the nicest sheen. And these are more, I would say, like traditional watercolors. Hi, Kat. They're real transparent. I forgot to put the black line. I only started there. So those two, you're just going to have to guess because I screwed up. But you can see how transparent they are. And then obviously the ones that have more white. Can you color pencil over it? I would bet money you can. Do I have? Okay. This is just, I was just playing to see how they would behave mixing and stuff, because that was the one thing that a lot of people who had used them said is that they're not going to mix well and whatever. I don't know. I'm going to need more experience before I can say that with any certainty. Hi, Anne. I'm going to get out some colored pencils and we're going to give it a little test here. And we'll see. We'll use the indigo blue because that one we know we'll be able to see. Hi, Lisa. So yeah, let's. Okay, let me pick one. This red has probably the most sheen on it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can work right on top of it. Not a problem at all. So yeah, I have to say I'm not unhappy with them at all. I just haven't had enough time to play with my new stuff. Because remember, I got the Art Nouveau set, and I really like those. I did play with those a little bit before Saturday, before they delivered my other ones. And I was just playing on here. But yeah, I still love them. Hi, Gary. I appreciate you coming and saying hello and supporting the channel. Appreciate it a ton. I would say the Art Nouveau feels more like gouache, but these, yeah, they're definitely a different consistency than, say, M. Graham, Daniel Smith, or any of the other ones. But one thing I will say that is consistent between all of the three sets that I have is that they re-wet so beautifully. I mean, it's almost like they're just sitting there waiting for the water, just saying, give me water. And then they just go magic immediately. No sound, you're out for tea. Well, I think that's an awesome thing. But yeah, the sheen does not, okay, now up here on the green, it's not taking the pencil like it did on the red. So probably if you intend to use a pencil on top of it, what I would say is use more water. Yeah, that's what I would do, because on these swatches, I was going directly out of the pan. So if I wanted to, and I think it depends on the color, like this indigo down here, it has almost no sheen at all. So yeah, I think you're just going to have to play with them and figure it out. But I would use more water if I knew that I was going to work on top of them. Now, ink on top of them, not going to be a problem at all. The only problem is it might take a little bit longer to dry. But like on this one, I had taken them out of the pan and put them in a palette. And so they were fairly watered down and there is no sheen on here. So you can work with them without the sheen as well. And then these were just great big washes where I was just doing a lot and then going back and adding water later. They behave beautifully. Hi, Jen. Yeah, the re-wetting bitty. Yeah, I love that too. That the only ones that I think were a little weird about the re-wetting, and it stands to reason, and I understand it, is in this 48 set, you get 3 metallics down here. They didn't re-wet instantly like all the others. So, and I know they make a metallic set. I'm probably not going to buy it because I don't use metallic that much. And they are definitely shiny. So I don't know. I'm not sorry that I bought them. I'm not even a little bit sorry. I've had a ton of fun playing with them, and I got to make this awesome swatch sheet. So who couldn't love that? So yeah, but I haven't played with them very much. And then when I started playing, I played with those first, and then I got the granulating out. And then when I played with those, I was just like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm playing with these. And I'm not going to show you what I did unless what I played with doesn't work out. And then I'll show you what I did over the weekend. But I did go out and watch a couple videos, both on the regular 48 set and, excuse me, the granulating set. And these are just crazy, crazy. So I hope I didn't miss anybody coming in. Did Leona come in? I don't know. Maybe I didn't say hi. Hi, Leona. I think I pretty much got everybody. So anyway, let me show you. Oh, and with that 48 set, you can order it both ways. You can order it with the water brushes or without, but it was like $4 more to get the water brushes. And my favorite water brush of all time, it was the Kuretake. And my granddaughter wrecked it. And I could never find the one I wanted again. But so I went ahead and ordered these. I have not played with them, haven't touched them, but if they're like the original one I had, I know these will become my favorite. And you get 3 different sizes. You get a real tiny one, a medium, and a little bit bigger. So these will be my new favorite water brushes. Hi, Angie. Thanks for stopping by to say hi. So let me show you, and I'll show them in the order that they came. These will come out later. The first one is from Janice Johnson. I'm here for the booze. These are really cute, or at least that's the top one. I think she sent all 5 separate. Keep in mind, it might have been a week since I saw these. This one, I'm almost sure, yeah, is a napkin that she stamped on top of. And that's, she met the requirements, but isn't that cute? And they're all different. Stamped a skeleton face on this one. It's time for wicked fun. And a little bow tie on the kitty cat. And then this one is just a regular postcard. No napkin. Whether you're a good witch or a bad witch, it's all about the shoes. This one looks like, I don't know how she did this one. Maybe tissue paper with some stamping on it. So everybody's approach has been so different, and I really, really like that. And then this one, you get 2 spider webs, which is really cute. Yeah, so 5 different ones. So thanks for participating, Janice. We're going to have a lot of participation in this. People must love either their stamps or Halloween. I don't know. I believe that it's because people have the stamps and only get to use them like once a year at Halloween, right? And this one is from the UK. Let me see. Oh, this is Allison Taylor. And I think we've met her at Dee And she did like a collage with some pattern paper. Keep calm and scare. So, hey, Bossy Butt, are you home? She put a little ghosty on this one. They're so cute. Skeleton on this one. So see, I think the reason that everybody did different ones is because you have multiple stamps and you want to use them, right? We need to use our stamps more, Leona. I agree. I agree completely. Look at the pumpkin stamp. So cute. Too cute to spook. That might be me. Too cute to spook. And then this one, she did the fall cart. And this is little kitty cat is a sticker. So, yeah, I like the torn pages too. And then on the back, she put her name and stuff and trick or treat. Oh, I'm here for the candy. Oh, I didn't realize they were all different. And faux postage. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. Trick or treat. Boo. I put a spell on you. Very cool, Allison. Very, very cool. So, yep. I appreciate you participating. I like the torn paper too. And people's packaging is very elaborate. I have to say, man, people get into this packaging stuff. Some of them are quite tricky to get into. I'll take a quack. Tell him hi from us. Oh, Robert, I'll take a quack is my niece. Or not my niece. Yeah, I guess it would be my niece-in-law. And this one is from Michelle Dow. And a lot of times I'm not sure about the people because I might know you by a different screen name, you know. So these came from the UK. And she made me a little ATC card. And it's very cool. I don't know if you can see it. But it's she used some sort of texture stamp and then collaged on top of it. But it just feels really good. It's really cool. So thank you, Michelle. Hang on. I've got to deal with this elaborate packaging because I put things back the way you guys send them because I'm scared I'm going to screw it up so bad. Okay. And I can't remember if hers are all different. We'll just go through them and see. So y'all have a bunch of Halloween stamps, right? The ATC is very awesome. Eat, drink, and be scary. In the dead of night, something dreadfully wicked. There's a raven. Okay, so her 5 are all the same. And then this one, she decorated the back. Probably maybe used scrap paper or something. Who knows? 3, 4. So, yep, all the same. Very cool. Very, very cool. All individual stamps. And she did hers much like I did mine. Stamped it, fussy cut it, slapped it down, laid it out. Yeah. I like the color combo too. The background is like a kind of a neon. See, I don't know what you guys can see really clearly. So, well, Regina, you don't even have to worry about it. One stamp was enough. That's all you had to do. One. Okay. All right. I won't put those back in the little cellophane thing. Now watch, they'll somehow fall apart. Ugh. But that ATC I think was so cute. I love that texture stuff. And then did some rub and buff or something on top of it. So yeah, it was very cool. I'm having a hard time getting these back in. This one is from, believe it or not, this one really surprised me. Kind of like Kathy Arbor's last week, you know. Old time fibs that been around forever and ever. And I'm going to read her letter because if any of you know APG Jamie, she is kind of a wordsmith and she is funny as hell. So she writes a letter. Check out this. She's got her very own playing cards. APG Jamie. She has a YouTube channel and she streams, I believe, on Fridays, but I don't know that for certain. But she writes, Dear Janet, please find enclosed the required number of postcards in a Halloween/fall theme, or as I like to say, Folloween. You will know this as the stamped words mention Folloween. Just saying. The challenge, if you should need a reminder, was to use your stamps. So I did. Images used, background stamp. Okay, let me get her card out here. Because see, she fixed the Happy Halloween and made it Happy Following. Okay. Images used, the background stamp is heat embossed with glow-in-the-dark powder. So if you get one of APG Jamie's cards, you have to wait or go into a dark room, go into a bathroom without a window and leave the lights off and see if that really is glow in the dark. I'm going to check mine. I didn't yet. Yeah, glow in the dark powder. The pumpkin for carrying sweets as this witch skips around the neighborhood. You know it's a witch because she's wearing a stamped witch's hat. You can tell that. Oh, and for good measure, because you rule, I added a stamped cauldron on the back that I very carefully colored with green Prismacolor pencils. She did that. Yes, they are pretty much the same, only different colored postcards. Well, some are on red and some are on purple. I have also included my calling card, also known as playing card, with my fancy picture on them, should you want to send them out with the postcards. If you don't want to, then you have them to do as you please. Special thanks to you and Dee Dee for hosting this following postcard swap. Happy artin', y'all. She says that every time she ends her stream. Happy artin', y'all. APG Jamie. P.S. There is that mini moo card that you liked enclosed just for you. I'm sure you will treasure it always. More happy artin', y'all. PSS. There is no video, so don't look for one. However, everyone is free to peruse my YouTube channel, where they can choose to watch from over 900 videos, lives, and shorts to enhance their valuable time online. Even more happy artin', y'all. APG Jamie is a piece of work. She's the best. Okay, so let me go ahead. I showed you the playing card. Here's all of her cards. They're much the same, just like she said, with either red or purple backgrounds and a cauldron on the back. And she did it where this is all printed. Fall 2024 postcard swap with Janet Young. Oh, if I lost that, I'm going to be so mad. I couldn't have lost it. Nope, it's in here. Okay, she sent multiple of the APG Jamies, so I can share those with you guys. And then Jamie does these mini moo cards, and Jamie is on IG, so if you follow her, you can see some of her stuff, and she sends me the funniest reels I've ever seen ever. But she also has found this channel that gives you educational things, and she's always sending them to me. And I have to say, I've learned so much. But this is, she does these mini moo cards. And this is the one that I told her that I liked. And the words, it won't focus. Focus, you freak. It's not going to focus, you guys. Ah, there it is. Screw that. I love that. So she gave it to me. Thank you, APG Jamie. I'm not going to put that back in the envelope. Now that I couldn't find it, I'm scared. So that will find a good home. They are very fun. So if you're lucky, and I don't know if I should include, like if I give you one of her postcards, do I also send one of these, or do I spread these out? I'll let Dee Dee tell me which I should do. So then the APG Jamie fun can go further. But y'all are creative and funny, and makes it just very happy. Hi, View. Yeah, I love it too. APG Jamie is an absolute hoot. And if you go to her channel, she's always doing fun stuff. Yeah, she's the best. And then this is Regina, and she is in chat saying, I only have one stamp. I don't care if you got no stamps. You did awesome, girl. And she did extras. So anybody who has sent extras, thank you, because it's going to enable me to give more back to all the people who participate. And I like doing that. Like she sent in 9. So here's APG Jamie, not APG, Regina. I'm sorry. And she used actual, okay, we're going to look at one side first, and then I'll go over and do the back side. But these I thought were so cute, Regina. She used actual Halloween postcards that are printed. And I don't want to give these away now. I think they're so cute. Who's afraid of ghosts? May the witches brew. Good luck to you. Look at that, the expression on that face. These actually, I think I am going to take a photo of them, because some of these, I think I actually want to draw my own out and watercolor them for Halloween. A thrilling Halloween. These are so cute. Supposing a ghost ran after you. Yeah, the expressions are priceless. And the little spider. I will probably try and do another one of those carved pumpkin faces again this year. But then this is actually her work. So I showed you both sides. And if you're lucky, you'll get one. And she put stamps, real live stamps on each one. So it's really cute. So you met the requirement, Regina. No more whining out of you. If I ever hear, oh, I don't think mine will be good enough, I will crawl through the screen and have to slap you upside your head. Okay? That's just the rule. But she did stamps of, I think, a leaf on that, and then pumpkins. And I like your pumpkin that you painted. So they're a combination of stamping, collaging, painting. So you definitely excelled here, Regina. Bunch of false stamps. Look at those turkeys. I almost have to make sure Dee Dee gets this one. We could have turkey conspiracies next. So but Regina, like you used your alphabet stamps, your leaves, your pumpkin. Ugh. Here's a little owl. They're so cute. Your little bicycle. So you definitely thought outside the box, and I love that. Hi, Selena. And thank you again so much for sending extras. Peter said, I must have a pumpkin. I want to make a jack-o'-lantern. But yeah, I love these postcards so much that I will definitely take, like this one especially, I will definitely take a photo of that and try and watercolor it before Halloween, and try and do maybe 1 or 2 streams of Halloween stuff. So Regina, you may see your stuff in a painting coming up. And I got to remember to do that because I know me, I forget everything. And then the last one came just today, and I don't know, has Joanne come in? Did Joanne come in? I don't know. She mentioned at Dee Dee's this morning that she didn't know if her tracking was working. And she sent a big old fat boy envelope, and it was fat. So let me show the stuff that she sent. And I'm going to share this with Dee Dee because I have to. I mean, look at this. Some acrylic chickens, conspiracy chickens all over the place. Look at, so Dee Dee, I don't know. I'll probably just, like, this is one stamp, but I'll probably cut it apart and just pick 3 randomly because I don't know how I would decide who gets what. They're all so cute. And they all look like they're talking, except this one is just thinking. I won't use this for happy birthday because I don't do happy birthday cards anymore. But they're all saying or thinking something completely ridiculous. You know, oh, okay. Hi, Joanne, I got your stuff. Hey, CB, you're on the wrong device again. Anyway, I will be sharing those with Dee Dee because, yeah, why not? And here is a pretty card that she sent with a note in here that, okay, Joanne, y'all are like this, and I don't know. Hi, Goldie. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you guys. Your cards are beautiful, first of all. I've seen them. Nobody else has. But she says, I'm feeling quite nervous about sending my postcards. I had fun, but I have never participated in anything like this before. And the postcards you've shown so far are so creative and quite awesome. I haven't cut or pasted anything since grade school, but I do love to color, so I put my big girl panties on, a challenge in this heat, and did my best. I hope they turned out and everybody likes them. I made up all the sayings to match the picture. I just included a few goodies just for you. They are all chick related, an homage to all chicken conspiracy theorists everywhere. I hope you like. Joanne, thank you so much. I am going to share with Dee Dee. But if y'all write me one more note and say, I'm not feeling good about you know what? That makes me madder than anything. Especially when I look at them and they're just like, what was she thinking? You didn't need any big girl panties. Look at, she sent me this little card. It's not been used, but look at that. Wouldn't that make another cute watercolor? Either for a card or just homage, Barbara. But that's so cute. Thank you, Joanne. And then she sent me this big thing. S. Fitzgerald, 2024. I don't know who that is, but let me pull out a little bit so you can see edge to edge. But somehow this face reminds me of CB Girls. It's just so soft, and but then it's got all these little chickens heading off to their chicken conspiracy meeting. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. So Joanne, thank you so much. That was so kind, so generous, and I love me a good checkerboard, so I love that. Yeah, very cool stuff, right? Lucky girl me. And now y'all get on her in chat about being uncomfortable with what she submitted. This is ridiculous. And it's all packaged so nicely with tissue between them. Look at this. Ghost in disguise. She's got that stamped over here. Look at, got some glittery on it. Okay, her card is on the back of that. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. That's what she's talking about. Sandy Fitzgerald Designs. And you can follow her on, well, let me flip it up the right way. So if you want to follow her on any of her social medias, you've got, my drink is in the way. Okay, there you go. There's her name, Sandy Fitzgerald Artist. There's her email. She has her own website. She's on Etsy and Facebook. So yeah, I'm happy to promote her. Very cool. I like her girl faces. They're very soft and nice looking. Okay, so yeah, this is her first card, and it's collage and painting and stamping, and obviously she made the background herself, so very cool. Seek fall and you shall find. Look at that stamping and the coloring. Well done, Joanne. I can't even begin to say. The pics are from my coloring books on PDF. Okay. So that's a coloring book image that she took, colored and cut out and put on the background, and then made up the saying herself. And then between each one is a little piece of wax. And this, again, is a colored image. Look at how beautiful that is. Hello, fall. And the inks, she said the backgrounds are distress inks. That's beautiful, Joanne. They're also nicely well done. Look at this one. I'm going to have a hard time picking out which one I want to keep. I'll probably just randomly pick one. But look at that, how absolutely adorable it is. What colored pencils are you using, Joanne? What's your favorite? Did you add the gold? If you did, that's awesome. That has to be embossed on the sheet. Well done. Beautiful. Look at this one. Ghosts just want to have fun. Look at all the ghosties at a party. Yo, you know what? They're playing cards, but I think they're waiting for the conspiracy chickens. That's what I think. So cute. And I don't know what she put on them, but if you move them, she's put something white on them to give them a highlight. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's very cool. Get your nails done and lift your spirits. Oh, look at this. That's so cute. The skeleton's coming out and all the little fingernail polishes are here. Oh my God, look at the expression on that ghost's face. Who, me? They're waiting on the chickens. They're watercolor paint. Okay, cool. Well done. Well done. I don't ever want to hear this. I'm not certain, and she did a bunch of them. I didn't even count them. So go green for Halloween. How cute is that? Hi, Cammie. They're awesome, right, Terry? Like, how would we ever see these images otherwise? Halloween is in the wind. You have some crazy color books. They're awesome. But all we wanted was the stamp, so. And one thing, Joanne, I will say, I'm glad you had fun, and that's the reason we do this, because hopefully you're going to get some fun art back that you enjoy getting. Happy Mail is always fun. You get other people to see your work, and you have nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed about. Your work is unbelievably perfectionist, which I appreciate. So yeah, these are very good. A mummy. You know what? Maybe this is Kim Kardashian. Look how big her butt is. Hey, Cat and Paste. These are postcard swaps from Joanne Newman. Be at peace. Look at that crazy hair. And there's gold throughout it. The gold has got to be embossed, I think. It's Too perfect. If it's not, Joanne, you're a bigger perfectionist than I am. Now this one I love, the many shades of fall. Look at those birds. The pink hair lady, Devin, I know, right? Look at those birds. They got their shades on. That's awesome. When I say she sent a bunch, she sent a bunch. The gold is a gel pen. Are you kidding me, Joanne? That cannot possibly be true. Holy cannoli. She's got gold on all of them. And honestly, I thought it was embossed. It's so perfect. Oh my gosh, Joanne. Amazing. Amazing. Halloween time. They're all so cool. Picking one is going to be a pain. And I love your backgrounds. Your watercolor backgrounds are awesome. And layered up with pattern paper and collage elements. Just awesome. No, wrong. It's gold watercolor. Okay, I've had enough of you, Joanne. That is insane. You got that precise with watercolor? I'm not believing it. I can't believe it. Now I'm going to look through these again and go, how the hell did she do that? Are you using a nail brush to get it so, now I've got to find one that has an example. There's some on that. Most of them have the little gold on it. When you get these, look for the gold. It's incredible. I honestly thought it was machine done. That's insane. Well, all I can say is kudos to you, girl. Kudos to you. Because that is some precision you've got going on there. I've had enough of you. Did I say that? I never know what comes out of my mouth. Joanne, thank you so much for participating. Thank you for all the extras. I don't know what the postage from Canada was, but it was probably a lot. Joanne's up in Saskatoon. I think it was Saskatoon. I've said it before, but I think it was Saskatoon. I remember I had a toothache in Saskatoon and had to go to an emergency dentist. But I think it was Saskatoon, a mall in Saskatoon, that I bought my very first ever rubber stamp when I was like 14. And it might have been the same trip that I had to go see the dentist. So, yeah. So hi to anybody who came in while I was busy with the postcards. You guys, I am so impressed with everything you sent in. Everybody's are just so well done. It's going to be a fun swap because when you get your art back, you're going to get really good ones and you're going to get more than you expect because so many people have been kind enough to send some extras. Got to get my chicken butt over here, put my drink on. Now I'm going to play with these crazy granulating Kuretake. Hey, Bossy Butt, I know you got the Art Nouveau Kuretakes. If you came in late, I got the 48 set as well with the water brushes in it. And these were just for heads up for you guys. I paid $51, in between $50 and $55 for these paints. And I will say for really good quality watercolors, that is an excellent price per color. Okay, go have a great appointment, Joanne. Thank you so much for playing with us. I love your cards, every one of them. But you pay about $1 a color, which is a really good price for watercolors, good quality watercolors. So I got those, and then I bought the set with the water brushes because I wanted the Kuretake water brushes. But Bossy Butt, do you have the granulating? I bought this kind of as spur of the moment. I knew nothing about them, but Kuretake has packaged their watercolors so many different ways. And the Art Nouveau were really hard to get a hold of for a while. And honestly, I don't know how long ago. What was it? 2018. Robert was in the hospital with leukemia. I think it was 2018, 2017, 2018. I don't know. I could look it up. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Bossy Butt has the granulating too. Maybe you mentioned him to me, Devin. I don't know. But I kind of just threw these in the basket at the very end, and I think they were a little bit more per color. But then I played with them over the weekend, and I have to say, these are so much fun. So my plan going into today was to use the large set of the Kuretake, but then after I played with these, I was like, nope, we're going to have to do some crack art with the granulating colors. And the packaging, I don't know if you can see what happens with the packaging, but the packaging does not lie. I'm not kidding. These things are crazy magic. Cat and Paste just got the granulating ones too. Well, I'm not going to be showing you guys anything you haven't seen then. Hi, Shelly. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, you guys. So I'm thinking, I think I'm going to put the paints out. Oh, you know what? I haven't used mine. Well, they're kind of big. Hang on. I'm trying to reach around behind me with no room. I'll use my new palette. I ordered this and I have not used it yet because it's too pretty. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use the new palette. And I think I'm going to use just 3 of the 5 colors, but I don't know which ones. Let me get my little cheat sheet over here and decide. Where did I just drop my pencil? Or maybe I should just use all 5. Yeah, I'll use all 5. What the heck? What Devin say? I think they should have added a 6th one. I agree, Devin. You cheated on Daniel Smith. I cheat on him all the time. Hi, K Art. Thank you for being a new subscriber. All right. And I have 2 things of water here because with Kuretake, I'm not sure why. Your water gets really dirty really fast. So, but they re-wet so nicely, so beautifully. Look at that. Like, it's almost immediate wetting. It's crazy. And the name of the granulating is Aurora. Does anybody know if they have multiple sets of these? Because I'm going on Amazon and buying them right now. Hi, Cindy. Uh-oh. Cindy, are you on Instagram? I'll check my email, but it was emptied, I think, this weekend. Here, let me put my email in again. You can email me again. Remember to put the period after the M. You didn't see any other sets? Yeah, but they're all named Aurora. So this first one that I'm putting in the palette is called Aurora Red. And the colors in the pans look nothing like what you end up with. So don't think that because you can see them on here that you're seeing what you're going to end up with, because it's cray what happens. I have to say I was having so much fun. And I might have to mix more of these, but we'll get some out here to start anyway. But I think they work a little bit better if they've got more water in them. But yeah, but anyway, what I was going to say about the first time Dee Dee told me when I was in the hospital with Robert, when we were down there getting leukemia treatment, I was whining because I didn't think we were going to be there that long. And I had brought literally nothing with me. And she said, well, go find an art store. And I don't know if she had just gotten the Kuretake Gonzai, Tambi, or whatever, however you pronounce that. But she said, go buy those and play with those while you're there. So I went out to an art store in Oklahoma City and could not find them. So I've been all this time putting off getting these paints, the Kuretake paints, and now I could just kick myself in the butt for not being more adamant when Dee Dee told me to do it the first time. So here's your lesson for today. When Dee Dee tells you to do something, just do it. Don't be hard-headed like I am. Except for the color cubes, Dee Dee. Don't start harassing me about that, okay, please? Because I'm not putting them on my toilet. Yeah, these need a lot of water. Anyway, they come in Aurora Red, Aurora Pink, Aurora Orange, Aurora Blue, and Aurora Violet. And I've got them out here in that order, so hopefully I'll remember which is which. Some of them I'll be able to tell immediately. Okay, we'll start with that. Check Blick 2 and don't see any other granulating sets. Okay, thanks, Shelly. Blick has a new set of Kuretake watercolor called Sumi. I wonder if they act like Sumi inks, because the Art Nouveau, everybody I watched that was talking about the Art Nouveau set said that they act like gouache a lot. I didn't find that to be true. Now, Cat and Paste probably can give you better information. But I didn't think the regular that 48 set that I showed you, I don't think that necessarily behaved like gouache. But the Art Nouveau, absolutely. Yeah, I think if you're using it directly out of the pan, undoubtedly, they act very much like gouache. I'm going to get the paper wet first, and then I'll put the paint on. And I didn't wash my brush out, but it's okay because it's the same color. But just to give it some little bit extra water without having to water the ones in the palette down too terribly much. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I just decided to do this abstract art, which I love anyway, so who cares? And they're going to behave differently depending on how much water, right? So another thing I watched, I got on Christy Rice's YouTube channel, and I like Christy Rice. She wrote or produced the Art for Joy's Sake that is printed on watercolor paper. And I've painted in it quite a bit here on my channel, and it's awesome. And she is very exuberant. She's awesome. I like her. But she did a review of inexpensive watercolor papers. And she did a really, really good review. So if you wanted, and she tested about 10 different papers. I don't have 10 different papers, but I had a few that she showed. She showed the B paper, and she was not a huge fan of the B paper. I like the B paper. But she used a couple that I didn't even know, but I didn't know that Amazon has its own brand of watercolor paper. Did you know that? That you can get Amazon Basic watercolor paper, and it performed actually pretty well. I was surprised. I'm painting on B paper today. She was not a huge fan of the B paper, but the thing she was finding fault with was that it pilled very quickly. And I guess I just don't scrub on my paper enough to recognize that pilling is an issue. Because unless I'm just doing it on textbook paper or something. Now I wish I had, I'm going to add some more of the Aurora Pink. I want it a little bit thicker. Anyway, but yeah, I have to say I like the B paper, and I don't scrub it, so pilling has never been an issue for me. But all of the other experiments that she did, the bee paper performed nicely. So I said all that to say that. But can you see how it granulates out? I hope they make some more, because if they make more colors, I'm so buying them. And as it dries, now this is what's really beautiful. As it dries, it changes. And it's like, oh, that's cool. That's very cool. And I'll show you the ones later. And I don't have to be so precious, because I'm either going to go over the intersection lines with gold or black paint, so it doesn't really matter. But this is the orange one, the Aurora Orange. This one totally blew my mind. Did it blow your mind, Bossy? I need these. Don't. Well, one nice thing, Terry, is they're not horribly expensive, which I loved about them. You know, if I'd have had to really go, oh, are they really worth it? You know, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. They weren't that expensive that I had to argue with myself. Okay. So there's that. And besides, you're going to have something coming up here soon where you're going to do something that you deserve a present, right? That's how I feel about things. I did something good. I fixed dinner for us. I deserve presents. The orange one, I think it's the most mind-boggling one for sure. And I hope, because I'm using more water, that they behave somewhat reasonably. I don't know. If not, I'll go back and add more paint. I don't care. I'm just playing anyway. And I'm not a person who encourages spending money. Oh, see, I got that one and that one. Oh, well, we'll just try and smush it out. And this one that I'm using right now is the Aurora Blue. But the lady who I thought had the most remarkable results was the one that used a lot of water in it. So that's why I used a lot of water rather than going directly from the pans. Do I need to pull you guys down a little bit? Right, Biddy? Yeah. And then this one that I'm going to do the last, which is the Aurora Violet. I think this one, when I first put it down on the paper, surprised me the most. I wasn't expecting what happens, and you'll see here in just a second when I get some water down. They're very fun, though. Very fun little present. That these were not this vibrant color like this purple, and this one's not I've got it watered down a lot, so it's not as vibrant as it was right out of the pan. But the others don't even begin to resemble their name, you know, like the pink, the orange, the blue. But then the purple, when it comes out, it's just like purple. Really, really pretty purple. So I guess I'm going to be watercoloring for a while now, since I bought myself new paints, which is fine. But we've got Inktober coming up, you guys. Do you have cellulose paper? I'm sure I do. Cami, did you see the YouTuber that made a bunch of sea creatures in an accordion book? Oh, no. I think she said she's using, yeah, this is the bee paper that you can get at Walmart. I mean, it is incredibly budget friendly, in my opinion. But can you see? I'm going to pull you guys down where you can see kind of them separating out. And maybe before they dry too much, I think I will. just because I'm experimenting. It doesn't really matter. Let me go directly in with some additional pigment just to go from dark to light, do like ombre. I'll try and do some of that. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, I'm playing with these new Kuretake granulating paints. They are uber fun. Have you tried them? This orange is the one that just kills me. And this one's already pretty much dry, so I won't add much to it. They're almost like magical paints. And Kathy, I got your cards and I showed them last Monday. Well done, you girl. What pen are you using? What pen? This paintbrush? Because I'm not using a pen, but this is a black velvet, silver black velvet. This is my favorite brush. It's the one I use most of the time. So yeah. Let's see, I'll put the excess paint in here. This is the blue, Aurora blue. I have some of the Daniel Smith granulating paints, but they don't behave like this. Or maybe I've done different experiments. I don't know, but I don't think they behave like this at all. I like them though, but I just don't use them that much. The pen to outline. Oh, the pen to outline this was the one that Dee Dee showed the other day, the Identi-Pen. And now I have to order some more because she found another Uniball waterproof that has a real fine nib. But yeah, it's the Identi-Pen. And it is very much like a Sharpie. It's alcohol based and it will bleed through. So you have to be a little careful with it. You put the name of the lady that did this. Okay. All right. Thanks, Bossy. I will check her out later. That was too much work. What was too much work? That you had to ask a question? Ugh, I'm going to send Dee Dee. Well, Dee Dee, I'm going to forgive you today because you've had company and you're tired. So I'm going to cut you some slack today. Okay? Okay. All right. We got purple here. Let's do some more purple up here. And these paints are so wicked and crazy. I'm not sure that I'm going to want to draw on top of them. I might, but yeah. Like, dang, I'm not sure I want to work on top of them. Now, a question I have is, they're unusual colors. Other than abstract, I'm not sure what kind of painting I would actually use them in, you know? All right, this one I'm going to go a little bit more out of the pan too. Get some dark purple in there. But yeah, I do like that Identi-Pen, Dee Dee. I do like those. Patricia Z, I think. Hi, welcome to my channel. I think you're new here. I hope I haven't missed too many of you coming in. I'm just checking chat real quick. Yeah, CB's incognito today, Kathy. There is cellulose paper from Daler-Rowney Aquafine. I think that is great paper for granulating paints. Okay, I got some Daler-Rowney watercolors. I have to say, I was so completely disappointed in them. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but yeah, I have to say I was not a fan. Did not make me want to run right out and get more De La Rowney products for sure. But I could have bought this children's grade. Who knows? I shouldn't hold it against them forever. All right, I'm going to do I want the orange? Yeah, let's do the orange in a big section here. And I'm not sure how well these colors are all going to work together, but I wanted you guys to see them more than anything because they're so awesomely cool. But I honestly, I don't know how I will use them in any real practical paintings, because your results can come out so different depending on how much water you've added. And yeah, but they definitely are fun to play with. So, and another thing I didn't do last week, I did that experiment on the different kind of papers and the warping and stuff like that. Try lettering creates outline effect. Okay. I saw a dog painted with granulation blue. Oh, but that was interesting. Yeah. See, part of the problem, hi, Marguerite, by the way, is I think you kind of maybe have to think outside the box where you want to paint a dog blue. But like when Lena does faces and uses all the different colors, I love that. I just, oh, see, now it's going to spread, which is fine. But it's not something I would think to do unless, I took a class or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we'll use the first color. Okay, now that's the color of the pink one. Isn't that crazy? Doesn't even look like pink. So I don't know. It's going to take a while of playing with them and really giving them a good test. But I have to say, playing with them is very fun because their behavior is so different. Cat and paste, what do you use them for? Backgrounds? I'll try the lettering because I love me some lettering. And the bee paper does dry pretty quickly. So I never tried their paints. I guess they are for students, but even students should use some good paints. Agreed, Cammie. For rocks, that's a good idea, Goldie. I painted through stencils and they did outline the stencil design in a cool way. Okay, I will try that. Maybe if we have time left, we can do that today. I'll get out Miss Bossy Butt's stencil. And that one I didn't wet beforehand. And I should probably try and do that a little bit, do one wet on wet and then a couple where there's not quite so much water, just to get a different feel. And I just threw this design down this morning at the end of Dee Dee's stream so I'd have something to work on and wouldn't torture you guys watching me draw the straight lines and stuff. Now I'm going to go back in. Which one did I use? I think I was using the Aurora Pink that time. Yeah, I think I was. Can't believe how nice and cool it has been here, you guys. This is like crazy weather too. been so nice and cool. Stained glass, right, Regina? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, you used him as a background for a whimsical girl. Okay. Ooh, adding salt. Kathy Arbor, look at you coming up with all the great ideas. And I think I added water to some of my experiments, went back later and added. But yeah, that would be, if you're using, I have some salt. Well, too late on this one, but look I got a goober down here. So I'll do that one in the orange. But it is drawing fast enough that you can kind of see the effects of it. It's awesome. I like it a lot. It's so much fun getting new stuff, I have enough, and I know I have enough. That's the stupid thing is I tell myself all the time, what else could you possibly need? And then inevitably, Dee Dee will find something for me. Because honestly, I blame this on Dee Dee. I blame everything on Dee Dee, but yeah, hashtag all Dee Dee's fault. And I don't worry about going out of the lines because the edges will be painted black. So I'm trying not to get them to smush together too much. But if I go outside the lines, I'm okay with that. It's awesome, huh? I wonder, they're pretty dry. Okay. We're just going to move on down to this section. And if it dries unevenly, that's fine too. Don't care. Don't care at all. And I'll go directly from the box this time. But yeah, Bossy, I thought that little mixing tray that they included, I thought that was a little weird. I don't dislike it, but honestly, if you look, this last pan, they just include that. And I honestly think what happened, because I was in designing packaging and stuff like that, I think they already had this little 6-box designed, and they probably had already bought the die to get it cut. And so rather than starting from scratch, because dies to get this stuff cut is not cheap, even when you go to China, that my guess is the box was already designed, the layout and everything was already designed. So they just stuck that in so they didn't have to start from scratch. That's what I thought when I saw that. I thought, that's not a mixing tray. You're not going to mix in that. But I think they wanted to reuse the dies that they've already created. Yeah, maybe they ran out of formulations. Who knows? But I think it probably had to do with production costs. If I had to guess, that's just me. Because I'm skeptical of everybody and everything. All right. I'm going to put, let's see, we'll do the pink in here. And I'm going direct to paper. I didn't wet it first. Because I'm trying to do a little bit of each just to, I won't remember which I did. I'd have to come back and watch the video, but trying to try it different ways so you can see if you do it when it's wet already or when the paper starts sucking up the water immediately. Definitely trying to saturate a little bit. And this one was okay, yeah, this is the orange. And I'm going to do it here because I got that little burger of paint on there already. And I haven't done any tests to see how if you can pick it up or anything like that. Oops, just went in the wrong. get some pigment directly out of the pan here. And then Dee Dee showed some more pens this morning. She knows I cannot say no to pens. You could add some oxide black. Yeah, see, Cammie, I think there's a lot of things you could do, you know, and I have not tried mixing any of the regular Kuretake colors with these. Yeah. You can get, at least at my Walmart, you can get the B paper down at the Walmarts. Okay, nothing important. And I won't judge this because I have saturated this with a lot of water. It's going to work. So, yeah. Which one do I want to do? I was going to try and kind of keep track, but I'm not familiar enough with the colors that I can look at them now and say, I know that was, well, now I say that and I don't really know. Maybe when they're dry, I'll be able to tell. Until then, yeah, you get what you get. I am trying to spread the colors around a little bit, though. This might be that. Who knows? But I don't know if I'm going to want to draw on top of it. Because the paint itself is so cool. Like the other regular watercolors, I don't mind drawing on top of that. But these are just so different. Meeden has 100% watercolor paper that's a good price. Meeden. Okay. I'll try and, well, I'm going to come back and check the chat because I got to find that YouTuber anyway. Meeden. Meeden does a lot of different watercolors. In fact, I think this palette is a Meeden. Very cool. I like it very much. And it's very heavy. It's meaty. Let's do the purple. And I have a couple Meeden palettes that I like very much. So, but the review that Christy Rice did for the inexpensive watercolor papers, I think was very helpful for me. A couple of the names I'd never heard of. But I have to say, I like the B paper. It's not horrible at all. For inexpensive, you know, if I was going to do a piece to hang on the wall, I would go ahead and spend the extra to get maybe some arches or another 100% cotton fiber. But yeah, the little bit cheaper brands, I have not had a huge problem with. And one of the ones she did do was the Fabriano, and I bought that Fabriano pad from Blick when I did that order for the Daniel Smith sticks. Kathy Arbor, have you used the Daniel Smith sticks? And I have to say, I like that Fabriano paper, but again, you paid a little bit higher price for it. But Christy Rice did like the Fabriano's papers, so and I'm going directly from the pan on this one. And we'll go practically full strength except for the water that was on the paper. Just try and get some little bit different effects here and there. The puddles come out pretty fun. So now you can start seeing how some of this, where I added the water back in and it started pushing the pigments. Just looks very cool. Very, very cool. I don't know. I bought some of them because of that damn Dee Dee. And I haven't found how I'm going to use them yet. But they are nothing but pigment. So it's almost like you have to soak them in water and then put them on your paper. And I'm really going to have to play with those. B 100% cotton is on Amazon. The B from Walmart is different. Yeah, this is the B paper from Walmart. For a while, it was really hard to get bee paper from Amazon. I don't know. Well, it was probably back during COVID too, where supply chains were a little bit broken. So I'm not sure. But for a while, the bee paper on Amazon was really hard to get. And then when it came back, it was a little bit pricier than what it had been before. So, all right, what color do I want to do? Let's do some more of the orange. I happen to love that, what the orange does. I think it's my favorite just because its effects are so unusual. I think too, the paper that you're using is going to affect how these behave too, because this paper has pretty good texture on it, and you can kind of see how and it's got to be the heavier pigments fall down into the texture. So, and I've not tried them on a hot press to see how their behavior is altered. So that would probably be a good test too. All right, let's go back in here where it's still a little moist, and I'll add just some water. And up here where I've got this little puddle, I'm going to go ahead and make it run. See what it does. And I don't know how it picks up. I'm going to find out right now. Well, that pretty much disappeared. That's awesome. But we'll try a pickup here in a minute. Did you give me a finger, Marguerite? Thank you so much. And thanks for reminding him, Barbara. Yeah, there was a severe shortage for a while during COVID, and I'm sure it's when they shut everything down, you know. But whatever. I'm tired of bitching about it. Well, no, I'm not, but I'll refrain from bitching about it. How about that? Cat and paste, just give into the sticks. It's cheaper than buying a tube, and if you don't like them as sticks, you can cut them up and put them in pans. That's what I was thinking too, Goldie. Kat, have you ever used the Neocolor 2s? They don't lay down like the Neocolor 2s. Neocolor 2 has the binder, that waxy binder that will disappear. But if you have used the Neocolors where you've taken the pigment off of the stick and then moved it, that's kind of what I feel like with the sticks. Going direct to paper is kind of insane. Now that's going to go cuckoo there where I've mixed the two, and that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, going from the stick direct to paper is, man, you get so much pigment, like moving it around that I don't know if you can even work fast enough. And I threw all the things that I had played with away. So I would have to get into my trash, which I'm not exactly excited about doing. But if we've got some time at the end, I'll get them out and play with them quickly. And this is the purple directly from the pan. Look at how purple that is, like in your face. And if you're expecting any kind of expert advice or anything, I would recommend you don't come here. You're a much bigger Neocolor one. Yeah, I can believe that, Kat. Why would you spend the money for Neocolor when you can just walk down to the Walmarts and buy some Crayolas? Because you have mastered that stuff completely. But yeah, I can see that you would be a Neocolor 1 fan. Neocolor 1 are the pigments, but they're not water soluble. You don't have patience to take color off of the Neocolor. Okay, I apply stick to paper and would do so with the Daniel Smith stick. For big areas, I put them direct to paper as well, and then smush them around with a baby wipe. So now I wish I could remember what colors I did where. Let's see what I've got the most of out here, and let's do the pink. Yeah, I can't believe it's September 23rd. Like, Inktober is just around the corner. Ah, that's such a huge commitment. But I'm going to give it a go. October should be pretty quiet. Not much going on. I said this is actually the red, not the pink. And I'm not sure, any of you who have these, have you tried speeding up the drawing process with a heat gun? I had 2 sticks hard to re-wet, so I put them in a full pan with a potion I made. Water, clove oil, honey, glycerin, and ox gall. Then, as the stick melted, stirred it up. Now they re-wet amazing. Really, Goldie? Huh. Well, I mean, if you spent the money for them, I don't know. Those sticks are not, well, I got them on sale. They're not all that cheap, to be honest. For one single color, you can be paying up to $10 for each color. So keep in mind that, yeah, when you're paying $10 for one color, it might be worth your time to go ahead and try and save the product if you're not liking it. Because the sticks were a little pricey, but Blick, when I ordered them, was having a sale. So I think I paid more like $5 each, something like that. I could be wrong. And then they back ordered them on me. So that's how crazy it's looking, you guys. All right, I'm wondering, and remember, I had some of these so wet that when they dried, they came out like this, but now I'm going to try. I don't know if I want to add more, but can you see? And I still got wet spots that are going to run if I manipulate too much. But look at like that part right there where the orange and the blue separated. So it might take me a little bit of time to figure out what the best approach is. But just for a flat wash, they're very cool. Like, look at that. And then up here, I think that was also, was that the red? See, I can't remember now. Has anybody tried to use a blow dryer? Because I think the beauty of these is they separate and that the effect really comes alive as they're drawing. But now that I've shown you this and you kind of see what I'm, I love the blooms too. Let me show you what I did. This is the, I'm going to move this for just a minute because I'm going to let it air dry now for a minute. But this was the swatch card I made to go in the box. So this is, you know, my cheat sheet for these. And this is the color they're in. This is the red. This is the pink, orange, blue, and violet. And I was really just playing, you know, goofing around, messing with them after they dried and stuff like that. And then I watched a couple videos and decided to go ahead and try some different experiments with them. So this is, but this one, this orange one, I thought that was just so cool. They do look like microscope slides, right? So, you know, each time I played with them, I got such different effects. This was coming directly out of the pan, just pigment to paper with however much water I had. And then these, I had watched a video and the girl had used a lot more water than I had used on these. So but the effects are so different. The colors aren't that different, obviously, but the effects are. So I think the more you play with them, the more you're going to get different results, right? You do see a ding dong. Devin, I was hoping nobody would notice. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. I don't believe you've ever been here before. So thanks for coming. We can get nasty here. It's okay. We just can't do that at Dee Dee's because she's way too nice. But I love these. I love the swatches of these. So, and this was just playing. And then that was what finally got me to do this with the overlapping circles so I could see how the Kuretake regular watercolors mixed. And they definitely do not mix like an M. Graham or Daniel Smith or one of those. Y'all are nasty women. And these also, and I don't remember this. Okay, I do remember. I had gotten out a piece of Strathmore Vision, which is a real cheap brand of watercolor paper. And this was a scrap. And I can tell by the back that it's was pretty garbage paper to start with. But yeah, they didn't mix all that great. So I want to try this experiment on something different. And then I did some places where I tried to pick up and stuff like that. I don't know what people hate blooms. That's what first. I agree, Goldie. I like letting it do whatever it's going to do and then just being happy with it, which is not really in my wheelhouse. I tend to be a little bit more of a control freak. And you can tell I love straight lines. I demand that if you're going to draw a line, use a ruler. But there's something very freeing about watercolors where you can just let it do whatever it's going to do. If you get a bloom, deal with it, you know? And I think with these paints, the blooms are especially attractive. To me, they are. And I think it's because it's where the colors kind of have separated, you know? And you really get some remarkable things. Don't worry, be happy. Thank you, Barbara. So, yeah, I'm not going to fight the blooms. I'm really not. So this looks quite a bit different than this, but I wanted more so that you could see the separation. And that when they say it's blue, it actually comes out blue. And the orange is actually orange. I thought, well, how did they get orange out of that? Yeah, I agree, Rachel. Yeah, that's wise. It's hard to judge art, and it's hard to judge other people's art. You know, like I don't know if you guys follow Louis Rossignol on Instagram. People might look at his art and go, how juvenile, why does he even put it out there, you know? And I love his stuff. I love that he just goes with whatever, you know. I love his work. But then I also like other artists that are more realism, you know. So I think it's just appreciation of art. And yours isn't going to be mine, and mine isn't going to be yours, and none of us are going to be Dee Dee's. So you have to kind of just embrace what you get, right? And you're never going to get better if you don't do it, you know, and that's the one thing. You can tell when people have done their time. And so that's really, in my opinion, where it all comes down to. If it's something you love and you enjoy doing, you're willing to spend the time, and you're going to get better if you're paying attention at all. I'm just running that down there to get that separation because I'm not sure how I'm going to work on the top of this yet. I haven't decided if I want to draw on it. I think I will. Ooh, that's a good question, Belinda. I don't jelly plate. I have a jelly plate. I just don't use it. When I very first got it, I played with it a lot. And I don't have that much acrylic paint either. But anyway, I made so much paper that I still have paper left from years ago. So you need to talk to Devin. Because Devin, this could work out really cool. Do it. Try it. It was just a matter of time. Yep. Yeah, I think you should do it, Devin. And I'm not being bossy. I'm just being aggressively helpful. Bossy, but. All right, this is just about dry. I'm hesitant to hit it with a heat gun, but I think any of the separation has already occurred. So I think I could safely go ahead and dry this. And for the sake of streaming live, I think I will. Shirley Trevina in her YouTube states, if I work hours on a painting and a cat walks over it whilst it dries, who cares? Just accommodate. Yeah, nothing to see here. Yeah, I'd be more afraid about the cat walking away with the paint on its paws, wrecking my carpet and furniture. Aggressively suggestive, exactly. But see this one where I took it directly out of the pan? I mean, it just made a very flat. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if after it's dry, if it will re-wet and move the pigment, just because I'm curious. I'll let that absorb for a minute. That one's still a little bit wet. I could start working somewhere else, though. That should be fairly well absorbed by now. Okay, it doesn't pick up as well as I thought it would. Okay, I'm just going to hit it again real quick. We've got some new people here, so while that finishes air drying, I'm going to pull out my portfolio real quick so you get an idea of what this will ultimately become. I won't show them all, but I'll just show a couple because I know there are some new people here who probably have not seen when I went through my crack art addiction. It'll be something like this. Thanks, Dee Dee. Did you go check on Buddy? Okay, here's see, and I don't know if I should do something like this because the design is almost begging for that rather than something more organized like this. Ooh, there's Devin's stencil. If you're new here and aren't familiar, Devin Rex for Art. is a designer for PM Artist Studios, and she was kind enough to send me this stencil. And I love this. And that's the Meandering Book. So this is originally how it started, and now it's kind of evolving as I move through this little journey of not knowing what the hell I'm doing most of the time. So for you new people who maybe haven't seen that, this will ultimately end up something like those. Thanks, Regina. And I'm kind of thinking, rather than going with more like Zentangle, where the pattern fills the whole space, is do let the design kind of dictate what I do. Okay, I'll show you. I think I just decided. I think it's dry enough that I can work on. I'm excited to get those new pens that Dee Dee showed this morning. They're Uniball. What were they? Jet something or other? I don't know. They're already in my cart. Real fine nib, but waterproof. Jetstream. Thank you, Dee Dee. I knew you'd come up with it. So the circular lines I will do in gold. The straight lines that divide I will do in black, I think. And then I'll use probably, this is a Uniball. I don't remember the name of it. What's it called? A Needle Eye. My little rubber band is covering its name. And I put the rubber band on because it's the newer of the two that I have. Oh no, Dee Dee showed new pens. She did. Some more Uniballs. Hi, Kathy Berg. All these Uniballs with the nicer nibs are waterproof. And so I got one this morning. The one that's in my cart is a 0.38, and that's a really, really fine nib. And those are hard to find, except you can get them in like the Millennium or Microns, but those are the felt tip nibs, which I crush really quickly. 0.38, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and pick one of these. This is a good one. Where you kind of let the design dictate. And I generally do this in black. It might be cool if you used another color. I don't know. But where you actually, when we were talking about blooms, we're actually emphasizing the bloom, you know, turning it into part of the design itself. Now I'm just separating out like where the color separation actually has happened. And you guys probably can't see the color separation quite to the extent that I can. How'd you get, how come you have stitches, Kathy? Why don't you tell us all your personal medical history? I didn't know you'd had something done that you had stitches. I hope it was planned and not accident, you know? Because that could be bad. And if it was a facelift, we need to know that. Since you asked. Kind of planned. Okay. So you didn't fall down the stairs and break your toe? Have to have it sewed back on? That popped in my head because I'd said something to Dee Dee about it a little while ago when I fell down the last two stairs. And my one toe has not been the same since. But I didn't get stitches either. Stuff happens. What the heck? Excuse me. So really, all I'm doing here is emphasizing these blooms, which I like very much. You need everything lifted and tucked at this point. Thanks, Devin. You know what? Maybe I'm just too cheap. I don't know. But I have never had the desire to lift, tuck, straighten, nothing. This is the way I came. Take it or leave it. You chipped a tooth. Oh, no. Holy cow, Kathy. That's horrible. There's nothing worse than mouth pain, in my opinion. Mouth pain is the worst. That's why I remember Saskatoon. Because I woke up and I hurt so bad. My dad was so good to me. And this, it's not as pronounced, but I'm going to go ahead. Maybe just for balance or something. I don't know. And Kathy, you came in late. So what I did this with, the base painting here, I did with the Kuretake Granulating granulating paints. These are some crazy, wicked stuff. Wasn't too bad, just annoying. Okay. So that's what this is. And it, you can see the oops, I just wrote on myself and wiped it on my new shirt. You can see the granulation. They're like magical, crazy paints. I see this little thing here that I have to emphasize because it's actually where it went from one side to the other. So crazy paints, new to me. Devin, Cat and Pace, and some of the other ladies in chat have already played with them, so they're probably going, why are you so amazed? They've been around forever. Well, I didn't know that. But yeah, very cool new stuff to play with because we don't have enough already. Now here, I think I'm going to go like this. I could have gone straight across, but I think I'm going to do this instead. Just pick out a place to emphasize a little bit. And that's where I tried to pick up the paint. So, I don't know. Maybe I will go ahead and just maybe not emphasize the failure of the pickup, but go around it. Create something that really wasn't there at all. I hope I like this when it's all done. I'll definitely do another one of them, I think. Robert just came in to tell me that it's raining outside, which is awesome. We need rain so bad, you guys. We've not had rain weeks and weeks. So I'm glad we got some little rain. Oh, look at Dee Dee. Go watch my enabling stream from earlier. It was cool stuff, though, Kathy. And she did some cool stuff with it. So, yeah. Go watch. I think the only thing I bought from Dee Dee's stream this morning was, well, I haven't bought it yet, but I will. I know I'm going to. Was the pens. And those flattened out real nice, so I'm not going to mess with those. I'll do these. I think if you hadn't watched this be painted, it would be weird, you know, like if I was just looking at it going, how did she get those colors to do that? All right, do I want to add? The thing is, these colors are light enough that I'm not sure if white is going to work on it. So let me try just one of these, like that purple section there. It's not going to want to. I'm just making some little dots. And I don't know, I've never used white on top of it, so I don't know if the pen will absorb. Because Jelly Roll pens are famous for absorbing watercolor if you draw on top of it. So that's why I like the Artistro, I think is what they're called. Yeah, the Artistro extra fine tip white pens. But yeah, let me just hold that up so you can see it a little bit. Let me pull that down again so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. See what marks I really liked on these, if I can find them again. Okay, I remember one thing I did like. We're going to add some more watercolor. Because we just got it dry, so now we need to add some more. But I think I'll do it in like this big area here. Do I want to add the same color? All right. All right, here's another experiment. I'm adding a different color, on top of, I think this was the blue, and I'm adding the red on top. I suppose I could get out a bigger brush. That would be too sensible now, wouldn't it? But I'm trying not to get too much water again, so I'll try and pick some of this up as I'm running out. I'm so glad it's raining. We need it so bad. And I don't know, when it looked like when I did that pickup test that after it's dry, it looks to me as though it's going to stay put. So this shouldn't mix with what's underneath it. It should just be sitting right on top. But that's a complete novice guess. CB taken off. All right, we'll see you later. Yeah, I'm going to add gold, Devin, for sure. But I try to do the gold like all at once. Like when I do the curved lines and get the gold out, I try and do that. And the reason is I have learned from experience that I'm really a klutz when it comes to working with wet inks and letting them sit and dry. I will invariably put my hand in it and then move it. And so I've just learned. Thank you, Selena. Do all that wet stuff all at once because you're sure to screw it up. I just know me. So yeah, that's that. I kind of want to add more water. I want to put more stuff on there. All right, let's see if we can get that goofy white pen writing. Okay, it doesn't look like the Jelly Roll picked up that purple. So I'm going to say, based on that right now, that after these colors are down, they're going to stay put for the most part. Now, one thing I don't know, let's just try, since this is a big fat boy experiment anyway, let's come down here while that dries, and we won't want to put our hands in it. I'm going to try, it'll be another pickup, but I'm not going to pick it up with the paper towel. I'm just going to let whatever happens, happens. And I don't worry about what happens to the back of my paintings because I'm going to paint it black anyway. So thanks, Bossy Butt. All right, let's just see what that does. Because I could always go back in there with another color and add on top of it. But so far I have not. Well, let's do it. What the heck? Let's do it in this section. Now, okay, there, I don't want that. This is the same color as what I'm putting it on top of. See, I put my hand in it. I'm telling you guys, I can't help myself. And it could be like if I tried to pick these up over here, let's do we're just going to do a little experiment here. Well, that's the one that I did already trying to pick up. Okay, so never mind. Because I was going to say, depending on how thick you have the pigment, you know, how watered down it was, it might behave differently. That you might not be able to see at all. That you'll be able to see. Okay. And this, I think I added a different color. So these dots, Devin, will probably get the gold put in them. But one thing I noticed, was it on this? No, it was on the regular watercolor swatch sheet that I did. I noticed as I was working down here that I had dropped a spot of water in that horizon blue up there. And look at, I mean, it picked up perfectly. So, of course, different paper too. This was on the Vision, Strathmore Vision paper that I got dirt cheap at Hobby Lobby during their blowout sale. So, all right, let's just, in the more boring parts, like this is more boring, that's more boring. Not wet down here, it's safe to put my hands down. So I think this will be a good solution because I wasn't sure if I wanted to draw on top of it. But I'll just do some additions, but leave the cool paint parts the way they're cool. Like in here, I'll leave that probably because it shows the great granulation so well. But I might go ahead and do something in here. But I think I'll keep it real small. Right? Is Dee Dee taking off? Go take care of Buddy, Dee Dee. That's a fun technique, Devin, is to splatter water on it and just see what ends up. Like on this, though, because it's not great at pickup, will those really be noticeable? But that had pigment in it, so, but it was pretty watered down. So, I don't know, just crazy. Cray. But I don't want to get any real big designs. So maybe I should plan on doing it. Let me see. This is so dirty. I wonder if I have something. I'm looking for something like a stippling brush that I don't mind wrecking the bristles. What's this little doodad here? That's a fan brush. I guess a fan brush could kind of work, huh? We'll try it. What the heck? I've got multiples, so if I wreck one, nobody's going to care at all. And after it's in the trash, I won't remember. I'm pretty sure. Where did I start this crazy thing? I started it this way. That's the red. And that was the pink. All right. Yeah, that's the way this is. Leave the dark alone up there. And I don't know, this won't necessarily wreck this brush. I can probably wash it out just fine. Yep, it'll be fine. This was like one of those really, really inexpensive brushes out of that nail art set that we bought. I've never used most of those brushes. So if I could use them on something like this, I would be happy to do that. And see, like here, I want to separate the orange out. I want the orange. But you can't do that. All right. Let's let some of that dry. And I'll go ahead. This definitely looks like organisms where you're seeing part of it poking through. I like that. I think I will, because we've got about an hour left. I probably am not going to finish this, but I will post it on IG. If you're new, get on IG. So you can share your work with us, and you can see ours when it's finished. And, you know, because that's part of the fun of being in this community, is that we not only connect at these live streams, but we follow each other outside. And you can do it at your leisure, you know, go see Dee Dee's cats, or if you do nothing else on IG, you must follow Cat and Paste and look at her amazing coloring. And she also has a YouTube channel where she did a real-time color along. And if you're a colorist, go watch Cat and Paste. But her IG is really good, because until recently, that's all we had. But yeah, get on IG and just remain part of the community outside of live streams. It's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite things to do, is go over on IG and see what everybody's been up to. And then I go on about cleaning the bathroom or doing whatever I'm doing. But it's just like a nice little break out of the day. Go check out Cat and Pace art. Go check out Devon's art. Go check out Marguerite. Marguerite does a lot of, you must walk a lot, Marguerite, is what I have to say about you. And up in British Columbia, I have to say, I don't blame you that you walk a lot or outdoors a lot, but she does a lot of photographs of places she is. And so you just see places and interesting patterns and stuff like that. So I always try and interact and, you know, like what you guys post. And this, I don't think I'm going to add more water. So I can hardly wait to get those pens that Dee Dee showed this morning that are waterproof. With the real fine nibs. Because this, I'm just going to aura it, but I want it with a real fine nib. And chances are, if you go over to like Dee Dee's page, Dee Dee is so good about following everybody. See who Dee Dee follows, and you're going to find most of the fibs that are on IG in Dee Dee's follows, because she's really good about following everybody. It's also fun finding new artists. Yeah, because this art, I'm actually patterning this, or was inspired by, I guess is a better way to say it, by, I think she's in Australia. I don't remember, but her screen name is Art Salute Beginner. And there was just something so intriguing or appealing to me about what she'd been doing. So, and she does some challenges, and you don't have to mail anything in for her challenges. You just have to post your pictures and then use a hashtag. But it's really awesome to, you know, then you start feeling like you are part of the community. It's not like you're just popping in on a Monday or something. And you can comment, send messages. Some of you send me reels and stuff that you know I'm going to find funny, and I generally do. I sent some to Ruth Edwards last night that, honest to God, I was laughing so hard. I was practically peeing myself, but I did laugh so hard that I cried. And it's inappropriate enough that I can't show it on my stream, but honestly, there is some funny stuff out there. And Ruth isn't here today. I don't know where Ruth is, but I hope Ruth laughed as hard as I did, because honest to God, I laughed my head off. They're usually being mean to kids. No, not really. I was just saying that. Going to see Matt Franco. Would I give myself away if I said I have no clue who Matt Franco is? Trying to kind of hurry here. I've never done this R-ing like this, but I think I'm going to like it. Now, what I'm trying to watch on the screen to see if I'm totally obliterating, but I kept that up there, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And I'll go ahead and put some of the gold on it and maybe some of the divisions so you can kind of see, anticipate what the final product will look like. Because then I'll just set it aside and let it dry without smearing it all over the place. Give me something to do tomorrow. Because hopefully it's going to rain for 24 hours and I'll be stuck inside anyway. Oh, I hope. Down in Oklahoma City, or down outside Oklahoma City, it's so dry that, I mean, they're scared to death of wildfires, you know. When it's that dry, we need some rain. I irrigate my yard, so it's not all dead, but some of my neighbors don't, and their yards are dead. And so, yeah, this is kind of unusual. And Texas has been terribly dry forever. I like that. So, yeah, I'll do some more of that. There'll definitely be some more R-ing around. Well, let me go ahead and do some little bit more. Ooh, this one will be a good one. And I'm still moving because I'm not sure that that's dry. Okay, now that I added a different color on top. I like that. And I'll add gold or something in that. Yeah, baby. I think I'll try, maybe next week, I'll do like a real painting with the other Kuretake set that I got. I'll draw something out before I stream, but I'll just do a regular painting and see how the paints behave. But this has been fun to get new stuff and do some experiments. I haven't done that for a long, long time. And definitely not on stream. If I introduce an element onto one of these, I try and repeat it at least 3 times. I don't know why that number is in my head, but I've always heard an even number of times. So there may be a written rule somewhere, but it's just something I try and follow, because even if I made it up in my brain, my OCD brain makes me do that. I like doing lines like that too, Terry. And they look kind of organic. Hi, Gavin Devine. Welcome to the channel. We're hanging out here, messing with watercolors and organic designs. That area there, I want to do something in that because it's just kind of bland. It's just sitting there. So I'm either going to, let's add some of the orange spots like here because I want to introduce that a couple different times. So let me get some additional paint out. What did I do with the paint set, you guys? There it is. Covered it up. All right. And maybe I can work somewhere else where I won't get my hands in it. Okay, I'm wondering. Yeah, I'll use this brush and just make some oddball circles. I might want to go directly from the paint. No, I'll use this. And if I was being my normal OCD self, I would have gotten out a template and drawn these circles so they would be perfectly shaped and spaced. But look at me going all crazy over here like a wild woman. Another nice thing about just playing with your supplies and stuff is you might find a technique or something that you really like, and that's what helps you create your own kind of style. And this one I'm putting obviously way more dots in, and that's cool. Now we'll just let that dry. Yeah, I agree, Terry. There's movement, and yeah, I like them too. And somehow, as you go through and do this, it just somehow falls together. And you couldn't go into this with any intent. It almost just has to happen. Okay, I've got one there, and I think I want one in here. So let me get some of that. I think this was the red, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, that was the blue. All right, we'll use the blue. Where does the blue appear in the palette? See, I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. It's next to the purple. We'll get some additional paint out. All right, it was this one, right? There, yeah, and here. So anyway, I think these paints are really fun, and honestly, if Kuretake made more of them, I would buy them. Just because this weekend, just playing with them, goofing around with them was so much fun. Sorry, I'm off camera. And if I was reading chat, you guys could be screaming at me, "Hey, dumbass, you're off screen. Could you fix that for us? Or we're going to go take a nap." This one I'm using a lot more water than I did with those other ones. Welcome back, Leona. Yeah, it is very organic. Like you just have to let it come together how it's going to. But I think I'm going to like this one when it's all said and done. All right, so I did that. And then I could do one more with the little weird paintbrush or splatters too, where I'd probably, where do I want that? I have that there, probably down here. All right, I think I'll do that. And that's also, I think, it looks like the red to me. All right, we'll do that. I got to get some more red out. I've used it all up. And look at the Aurora Red. I want to show you in the palette. Look at how the Aurora Red ended up coloring my palette. Now I'm not going to want to wash that. No, I didn't see that, Kathy. Dare made a box for the Kuretakes. Well, I actually thought about it because, hi, Judy-O. I'm not crazy about this enormously huge palette, but I don't have any of the wood right now. But I actually would like to make a wooden box for this, only make it where I'd have 2 trays. But I could make the box that they sit in. Okay. I went on IG, I think after Dee Dee's this morning. Yeah, I hope she did tag me. I love me a good wooden box. Watercolor tray. Ugh. I will make one. But I'm out of wood right now because I made those last 2 trays for the Prima, which I'm totally in love with. And the problem with these Kuretakes, I love the paints and I love the size of the pan. All watercolors should come in the Kuretake pan size. You don't screw up your brushes or anything. They're awesome. You did see it, Terry? Okay, I'm going to go look. Does Dare stream? Does she have a video on it? I would want to see her make it. All right, where am I? I'm going to come down here and do it down here. And I'll use the same brush that I used before. Easier to control this way. Did you see the thing that Osgran Jen made? Her desk storage box? That thing is a whale. I'm not kidding. And her husband ended up helping her with it. That thing is a beast. Makes Dee Dee's look ridiculous. Dee Dee, I don't care if you hear that either. That thing is crazy. I'm glad y'all are getting into building. I love building. But I don't want to use heavy equipment. Like, yeah. I don't want to use the heavy equipment. Yeah, Dare B. I'm sure I follow her. All right. I still, after all this time, I still don't know how using the heat gun affects these paints. I guess I'll have to do a special experiment for that. But so far, I've been really good. See, I've still got some little bit wet here and wet there and wet there, and I haven't put my hands in it. So it's been 10 seconds. Give me time around here. Okay, and I think I will do, I added those little white dots down there, so I'm going to need some more white dots somewhere. Probably right here would be a good place. And I'll use the Jelly Roll again. But the Jelly Roll is horrible about picking up the color. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this big space. I might have to add something to that. Don't know yet, so I did that one. I've also always got that I can use, and I've done the paint dots 3 times now. One more place for, I like to use the darker areas for the white paint so they show up a little better. Might do that. Oh, you know what? Let's just see. because this is, I added some to this, but it's hard to see now. Now I'm thinking, I wish I had Joanne's gold pen that works so perfectly. You have rain where you're at, Judy. That's awesome. Oh, good. Yeah, see, we need a good rain. Like if it rains for an hour, it's not doing anybody any good. But if it would rain through the night into tomorrow, it might actually help somebody. Definitely squelch some of the fire dangers. So yeah, I'm really hoping. Yeah, see down here, can't really see that. What made the darkest? Maybe I should just go with another color or just leave it alone and put white in it. Because I need to introduce more white. All right, hang on. I wish it would rain. There you go. Barbara's got a song for everything. Barbara, get on IG today, right now. No, you do what you do. If you don't do social media, you're probably smarter than the rest of us combined, to be honest. This one has that weird nib. That's all right. We're going to try and work with it anyway. This is crazy looking. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, there. Now the pen's going to work. Well, I said it was going to work. Is it going to work? Dee Dee got new Poscas and mine don't write. What the hell is wrong with me? You can't really see that, can you? I may have to emphasize the blue around those circles that I just put the white dots in. Yeah, I like that. You can kind of see the dark around it a little bit. You were on patrol this morning and came around a corner in the road, and there, in all its majestic glory, stood a pinto horse. Well, that was a fun little interlude, Judy. You know what I want to find? I'm not ever out on patrol, and you have to like really look for me. But anyway, I want a miniature horse. I want to run into a miniature horse. Could somebody arrange that? Or a miniature cow that has that long hair. Wonder whose it was. Hi, Barbie. All right, now I'm going to have to do some more white dots. Maybe, let's see, this damn pen. Since this is the only dry one. All right, now I'm going to get mad. I might have to end up getting out my dot tools, Terry. I love me some good dot tools. I've been missing using them. want to put some of the gold on so you can see that. So if somebody wants to try it, they'll see all the different parts. Hey, Kat, you want to know what these look like? Cranberries with pimples. Zit-face cranberries. Like, how could that one be so red and the rest of them pale? I don't know. It's just cranberry. Highland cows. That's it, Lisa. Those are the ones that I want. You sat there for 30 minutes in the rain just feeding him and petting him. And you just happen to have carrots in your pocket. Oh, a mini donkey. I would let that in my house. But, I mean, I let Robert in my house, so who am I kidding? Are you kidding me? I like that. All right, let's get the gold out. I left the lid off my jelly roll, so now I'm going to have to beg it to work. Let's get out some gold. You guys, I'm going to have the biggest mess today. I have so much junk out here. All right, this I need to throw away or tear off so I don't move that everywhere. And I think most of you are familiar with the gold mica. Kuretake product again. I like Kuretake products. Order it from Amazon. Best gold ink on the planet. And I hope I know where my pen is. There it is. Yay. And on these, I use a, it's called a ruling pen to apply it. And these are pretty inexpensive, but it is called a ruling pen, R-U-L-I-N-G, ruling, to draw straight lines. People don't do that anymore because we have computers, but used to be, some of us had to draw straight lines with either a technical pen or something on this order. So let's see how we do. I don't want to go over there yet, so I'll start here. And I've already drawn, I used a compass to draw the curved lines. And I don't worry so much about the edges. I mean, I try and keep it somewhat uniform, but I go outside of it with a black pen. So if the edges aren't exactly, what am I putting my damn hand in? That's not even wet. Yeah, I'll go along the edges with the black so I can keep it somewhat uniform, because my hand drawing of the compass lines is not always the most smooth. But that's okay. There are more than one ways to skin a cat, you know what I mean? Cover up a lot of little dingleberries with a black pen. Kuretake makes good products. And this ink dries pretty quickly, so I can come back and either work on top of it or straighten it or whatever fairly quickly. And I'm dipping this directly in the bottle. I think when I showed this the first time, I was loading it with a paintbrush because I had it finally dawned on my pea-sized brain to use the ruling pen, and I was loading it with a paintbrush, which you can do, but this mica ink is heavy enough that you don't have to do that. If you're using like a fountain pen ink in it, I would be a little bit more careful dipping directly in the ink because it's thinner and it's runnier, and you might create a mess for yourself. So heads up on that. You were in your security patrol car, have your lunch with me. Okay, all right. So you gave the carrots from your lunch. I can promise you, if I was in my security patrol car and I came across a horse, I would not have carrots in my lunch because I go and do my own shopping. So that horse would probably be eating a Twinkie. Just saying. Horse, I'd love to give you carrots, but all I got is Twinkie and bologna. But if I gave the horse a Twinkie, I bet it would want to follow me home. Or maybe the horse would have to have nachos or something, you know, like that's the sort of lunch I would make for myself. Definitely no carrots. Can you hear Robert? Could you make more noise over there if you tried? It's hard to get in those licorice bags. You could take that downstairs with you if you want.
Okay, I'm almost through.
What the hell? Freaking licorice gremlins.
Done.
Thanks, Robert. Judy says hi. If I was a horse, I'd want to live with Janet and eat Twinkies. I figure, you know, when you get to be a certain age in life, all this stuff about, oh, eat more kale. Okay, in the same grocery store where you buy that kale, there's a whole aisle of Twinkies. What the hell? I don't have a mother that's following me around saying, have you eaten your kale today? Or have you eaten your Twinkies today? I am that person. But Judy is obviously the responsible one around here. I probably would not at this point go back and add more circles or anything, but you could, because with the black ink and the gold ink, you could cover up any or all of this if you wanted. And the lines are not real smooth. Barbara, you're so funny. Hi, Joyce. I've been playing with the new Kuretake granulating watercolors today. I ordered them and they came in this week, and these are some wicked bad boy paints. I am enjoying them. I like them very, very much. And hopefully I'm going to get some good crack art out of them. Dee Dee doesn't like when I say that on stream. She said, they're going to demonetize you or they're going to ban you for saying that. Are you kidding me? It's a good description for what this is. It's like crack. Just say no to crack. I somehow think they're not worrying about my little tiny channel over here and the obnoxious things that I say and do. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. That is a big booger that I'm going to have to fix. But have no fear, I have hidden worse. Ooh, you just got home after a doctor's appointment, 9:30. Ugh. Yeah, if I had a mini house, I think I would buy it shoes and it would probably end up coming in the house too. I'm not sure I'd let it in the bed though, because probably take up too much room and I get all the excess room. Okay, I'm going to have time probably to do some of the black as well. That's not dry yet, so I'm really trying to be really careful here. That purple is so pretty. And I'm not even a huge purple fan, honestly. But that is some kind of yummy. Now those red dots, some of them came out really good. And it separated out really nice and red. I don't know. I'm just going to have to play with it and see if I want to recreate that. How can I? So Terry, what do you think about these paints? She was whining earlier. Oh no. So tell me what you think at the end of the day. And this Kuretake Gold mica ink cleans up really nicely with just regular old water. Y'all are crazy. Go away, Pop-Up. You think you need them. I think you'd have fun playing with them, girl. I really do. And they weren't horribly expensive. That's the only reason I would even say that. And of course, UK, I don't know what the prices in UK are like. I really don't. I know in Canada, they're ridiculous. When some of the Canadian fibs talk about what they're paying for things in Canada, I'm freaking out. I'm like, no way, no way. Goldie it was. It's Kuretake Gold Mica. You can get it on Amazon. It takes a little bit longer to come than some of the products. I don't think it comes from Japan, but I don't know. So do I. That's the trouble. I know. Yeah, Kuretake. Now I'll let that gold dry real good. But I do want to get a couple of the gold lines in between painted. And to paint with those, I use the, oh, I'm missing one of them. Out of that nail brush set that we got. Oh, no, I put it back. I really like these little brushes for painting with ink. And I've about used this one up. I'm going to try it today, but it may be the last time I get to use it. I might have to just get rid of it now. And you can use black acrylic paint, but when I did my Blick order, I wanted some super black ink. And so the bottle, when it showed on the screen, I thought it was going to be one of those, I don't know, maybe 8-ounce bottles, one of the smaller ones. Look at what I got. This is like a 55-gallon drum of Speedball ink. So whenever I need black now, I've been using this just because I can never use this much black ink in my entire lifetime. I'm pretty sure. And I just put it out on this. Just a piece of acetate that I cut. Yeah. So I don't have a mess to clean up. Oh, but one thing you have to do with this Speedball ink, you do have to shake it. 20 there. That's not quite double what I paid. I think I paid 12 here. Do you guys ever get a pig from Amazon and think, who was I watching and thought I needed that? Now I know where the ruling pen came from. Barbie. Yeah, I'm probably the only one you watched. But the truth is, you didn't have to spend a lot for it because they're really cheap. The ruling pens are cheap. I try not to pass on too many expensive things. But the ruling pen to me is worth whatever you paid for it. And a little bit of this ink goes a long, long way. But if you get it on you, you're going to have it on there until you wash your hair. That's pretty much how I judge products is now that'll be on there until I wash my hair. I'm not going to wash my hair today, so it'll be on there till tomorrow. Does anybody else judge that way? No, all of my packages, honestly, Barbie, I know who suggested it. Dee Dee, that damn Dee Dee. I swear to God, everything I buy is because of Dee Dee. All right, I just have to watch out for right there. Otherwise, everything else is dry. The gold ink is already dry. So let me start here. Well, I could probably start here. This is where we get in trouble. It sounds like it's really coming down, you guys. That makes me so happy. I usually only try and do one side of this at a time. One side and then turn it around because I do better when I'm pulling the brush toward me. And I can see where the edge of my brush is. But I thought to keep myself from having to turn it upside down and get my hand in that wet one, I would try and do both of them. We'll see how it works out. Live and learn. And this is when, to me, it starts looking like magic. That's your metric too? How long until you wash your hair? See, that's crazy. That must be an artist thing. I don't know. But I know my hands are going to be trashed out for, eh. Do you want me cooking for you? This is what my hands look like. And they'll be that way until Wednesday. If I start measuring time by until I shave my legs, just figure whatever I'm trying to hide, I'm going to die with it. Hi, Shelly. Thank you. No, that's not true because I did shave yesterday, but man, since I don't work anymore and don't have to put on hose or anything, I can go a long time. Hair, not so much. See how I can just sit here and entertain myself? Stupid stuff like that. I do try and go a little bit slower when I'm doing these divider lines because if they're crooked, they're going to stand out really quickly. And after I've spent this whole 2 hours and 2 hours and 45 minutes, yeah, I'd just soon not screw it up at this point, if you know what I mean. Oh my God. TMI. No, I do shave my legs. I have to. The sheets start bothering me. All right. I've got wet there. I've got wet there. What's the best way to approach this right now? Probably. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to do up here. The ink does dry quick, so half the time I say that crap just to make myself laugh, but some of it may be true. I don't know. You know what? I could just at least move my sleeves so if it is wet, I'm not ruining another shirt. I have enough ruined shirts already. I have to be really careful when I'm giving stuff away to thrift, take to the thrift store, whatever, because there aren't very many shirts I own that don't have paint on them. Maybe I should do a bag of for artists only that has supplies, excess supplies, and painty shirts. That is taking forever to dry. I might have to hit it with a heat gun. I just went outside the line. Ugh. I do want to get at least a part of it done. I'm living dangerously, you guys. Living dangerously. All right, that's it. I'm not going to get any closer. You never did shave your legs? Oh my gosh. Oh, when I was young, teenager, 13, 15, I could hardly wait to shave my legs. I thought that was just the most adult thing in the world, and I could hardly wait. And it wasn't probably 6 months after I started that I was just like, holy shit, what have I done? This is the worst thing in the world. And after you start, man, it's almost impossible to stop because they start itching. And all that baloney you heard about, oh, as you get older, you'll have less hair on your legs. That's baloney. That is just a big fat lie. I have not noticed my hairy legs are any less hairy than they ever were. Oh man, I just goofed up over there. That's all right. We'll fix it. if I do, see right there where I went just a little bit out of the line? The way I'll fix that is I'll come along with my pen and just straighten the whole line. Are we going to share share about Brazilian waxing? Actually, who did I talk to? Oh, I was texting with Tina this morning about something. I don't remember now what. But actually that came up, Barbara. Oh, I know. I can't repeat it. But yeah, we were laughing this morning. All right. Already. Does it look a lot different after I get the lines put in here, the divider lines? I think it just makes it all just go, whoa, that is so awesome now. And then it becomes like crack, and you're going to come back for more. I did the divider lines a little bit skinnier today, and so I might have created problems for myself, but nothing that I can't fix. You know what I mean? And I actually thought of this layout as I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep last night, thinking, oh, what am I going to do on stream tomorrow? And I think I like it. I have no hair on my legs and have not had since I was in my late 40s. Judy, I used to like you so much. Your hairy legs went away? Are you kidding me? Ah, oh, why am I not that lucky? My hair has not slowed down at all. The hair on my head. I know a lot of women complain about losing hair on their head, you know, like getting male pattern baldness or something. I don't have that. My hair is thick as it's ever been, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I guess it probably has a lot to do with genetics, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Has to do with genetics. You have good genetics. I have crappy genetics. And I honestly don't remember my mother ever saying that. I could call my sister, I guess. But I swear the older I get, I'm having things happen that my mother did. For example, I used to make so much fun of my mom. Yes, Shelley, ruling pens help you draw straight. But they're actually just a way to deliver ink. But you don't use them. You need a ruler too. Like, the nice thing about this, I'll bring that back here in just a minute, is if I've got this loaded up with ink, if I wipe this edge, I can go right along this ruler and draw an absolutely perfect rule ready for printing. This was the end stage of getting anything, whether it was a business form or anything that had a straight line, ready for production. And lines, they're called rules. I'll call them lines, but rules have width. So if somebody marks up the copy and says they want a 0.05 rule, you can create a lot of different widths of rules with this one device. And then they came out with technical pens, but the problem with technical pens is you only had one nib. You couldn't make the nib any bigger. Hi, Clean Pam. So with this, you have an infinite amount of widths of your line or rule. So if I wanted a big, bold black one, of course, the ink is just going to run out then. but I would have a ton of different widths of rules with this. But the technical pens, you had to have 8 different pens. And then it wasn't just having the pens. I mean, it was a one-time cost. But the problem with those damn technical pens was cleaning them. Cleaning them was hell. I think if you do any small work with pens, of course, you can use a dip pen. But for this kind of laying down ink, this is so much better. It really is. I think it depends on what kind of art you're doing, whether or not you need one. Because I could use a dip pen, but it would be slower and not as precise, to be honest. So that's how I would decide. But they are really cheap. I mean, you can get one for less than $10. It's not like you're spending a lot of money. Used to be, if you were any kind of production artist, you had ruling pens. It does make your lines very, very precise. And I used to lay out art that was going to print. And so it was imperative that whatever I produced was not going to piss the client off. Of course, now we've got computers where, there aren't people sitting around drafting like we used to do. And with all the cool drafting tools that we got to play with. All the different inks and rulers and measurement tools. And that was my whole world. That's pretty much what I did. Whether it was type, rules, lettering, that was pretty much my wheelhouse that I loved so much. And I still do. I mean, I don't know how I happened to get into a career that I was so well suited for. Of course, at the end, I wasn't actually doing the layouts. I was managing the people who did them. So, yeah, I would go back and do it all over again. Have all those cool tools and most of the people who worked in that field were very cool. I mean, we didn't have any bullshit. Everybody was there to do their job. Yeah, like you just didn't have the BS. And I'm almost done here. I'll try and get one edge of this done so you can see how when the black border finally goes on, now I can load up with a little bit more ink. It just starts looking so darn finished. I don't think I'd like to work with people today. But most of the people I worked with were awesome. We all had the same goal, was to put out a good product, and whatever it took for us to get it done, that's what you were willing to do. And now I see people who are so inept and so unwilling to do their damn job. I just don't think I'd get along well in today's world, if you know what I mean. You did mock-up boards for ads? See, we didn't, well, in the beginning, I guess things changed as I worked. I started out working for my college newspaper and did the newspaper layout and typeset books and typeset copy, whatever. And we didn't have spray glue. We used wax or rubber cement. But you'd get your galleys of copy ready and run it through a waxer. And then you needed a layout table with a straight edge on I have one. I could bring it out and use it sometime. I rarely use it anymore unless I'm going to be doing a lot of layout. Yeah, we used wax. We ran it through a wax machine. And then you just laid it down, pressed it, boom, you're done. It was awesome. And then for little bits of type, you know, if you had to go in and make a correction, we just used rubber cement. But there was no spray glues or glue sticks. Glue sticks? Oh my God, that would have been like the savior of the whole freaking world. A glue stick. The paints, Vale, they were the, let me see, they're the Kuretake Granulating set. And according to Bossy Butt, I think there's only one, but it's got Aurora Red, Aurora Pink, Aurora Orange, Aurora Blue, Aurora Violet, and that's what the box looks like. And the examples that they show on the box are very close to what you end up getting. Did you really, Judy? That's interesting. Yeah, I did a lot of, well, and then at the college, the student government did a lot of activities that they needed posters and stuff like that for. So I did a lot of designing and layout for that. But primarily the newspaper. And then I got fairly well known around school because I could operate a typesetting machine. And so a lot of the instructors would come to me to work on their books. And that's when I started my own print shop, because I suppose I could have leased the college equipment or whatever, but I ended up buying my own and started up my own print shop and typeset and print books for professors. We had two instructors. They were brothers. One of them was math, and the other was real estate law. So I did more math and real estate law books than I ever hoped to think about. And then ran with it. It was fun. And I liked running a press, believe it or not. As messy as running a press is, I love doing that. I didn't want to do it for a living, but to make some money, because I was the poorest college student on the planet. Because I didn't get grants, I didn't get scholarships, parents weren't helping. I had to earn every dime. So, yeah, I had to work. All right, I got it all. Now I will go back in and add some more elements. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looked like now. And I used up my 3 hours plus a little extra. So I will go ahead and work on some of it, so it'll look a little bit different when I put it on Instagram. And I probably won't put it up until tomorrow. But I definitely want something in this. That's boring as hell. That is boring as hell. This probably will get something. This will get probably white dots or maybe little black dots. Maybe black dots. And then I told Bossy Butt I was going to add some gold. Well, I'll do it later because my time is up. And I got a freaking mess around here to clean up, you guys. Oh. Exactly, Judy. Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly and never throwing out a cup of coffee. Ever, ever, ever. But trying to scrounge up $1 to go get a burrito and a beer. Because when I was young, you could get 2 burritos and 2 beers. I could get a glass of beer at Lane's Tavern for 25 cents. So there you go. Now you can't probably even walk in the place for 25 cents. Thanks, Terry. Okay, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Gosh, my camera is so crooked. But thanks for hanging out with me. But I'll clean this up and finish it. And yeah. Love the crack art. Oh, hi, Mary. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks so much. Okay, Cat and Paste, go be good. Or be bad. All right, I'm out of here. I really appreciate you guys spending your valuable time with me. And I'll see you, if not before, Wednesday at Dee Dee's. And go try and be kind. Gets harder every day. And love you guys. See you. Bye.